Hello, I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme in the kitchen, where we work hard, we love God and family, and we know without a doubt that everything else is just gravy. Now, you know that we are on a lockdown, basically. We are trying to stay in our homes and trying to protect ourselves and our family from this coronavirus. And so in order to do that, we need to respect the rules that have been put forth and try to stay away from large groups, larger than 10, and certainly, as much as possible, avoid exposure. So we are cooking in our kitchen because many of our restaurants are either not open or they have a limited selection, and so therefore we're going to be preparing our meals for ourselves. So let's get down to business this evening. Now in my brazier, I have preparing a delicious chicken broth, and I have seasoned it. It has plenty of onions and of course chicken, and it's got salt and pepper and onion powder and garlic powder. All of those things are in that liquid, and they have been swimming around in this liquid for quite a while. So we're going to be using this to prepare tonight's chicken a la queen. So let's get ready. Now I'm going to place on a pan, I prepared some biscuits, and I'll show you that biscuit recipe later on, but I'm putting some biscuits on this pan that I'm going to be using tonight. I want them nice and hot, and we are going to be putting our chicken a la queen over those biscuits. So I have a cute little cast iron flat pan, and I also have a cast iron skillet full of biscuits. Now, so let's get down to the serious part of tonight's dinner. I've placed some grapeseed oil in the pan, and I'm turning the heat up, and I want my grapeseed oil to get pretty hot. So let's give it a moment. I've got grapeseed oil. I've added even a pat of butter to it because I want a lot of flavor. So we're building that flavor. And you'll notice I'm trying out a new angle for the camera to see if you can see better, see more of what's going on here in the kitchen. Now, of course, I have on my what I call my pink bunny slippers because those are my house shoes. Now I'm going to take this green pepper and I'm going to grate it up because we're going to use that grated pepper in this chicken a la queen. I'm also checking my broth to make sure that it's ready, and I think it is. You'll see that the butter is starting to melt. The chicken, I'm going to actually take that out, cut it up, and be ready to throw that into the mix. So my cut up green pepper I'm adding to the skillet, and it's going to have a chance to sizzle. We're going to make a delicious gravy down in this, and so I'm going to go get my onions, and those onions are going to be just add a special touch to this chicken a la queen. So I'm going to add, I have about 1 grated onion. I grated them actually the other night, and so I'm putting it in. I did a couple at the same time. While you're doing it, might as well do all that you need. So I'm going to give that a good stir, and then we're going to start to add the seasonings. Now I'm going to place the recipe in the show more box down below. So don't worry about it. If you don't get it now, you'll be able to find that recipe down underneath. Also, keep in mind while you're watching, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel. I'm looking forward to having you right here. Now, I also added in this pan the chicken, and of course the liquid went into the pan, just enough of that liquid. I added just a tiny bit of flour to make the gravy. And so we're going to use our biscuits to basically hold on to that gravy, and they're going to be on the plate. So we're going to take those biscuits and we're going to slice them in half, place them on a tray. I'm going to put a little butter on the inside of them, and we're going to actually run them back under the broiler. And so the reason for doing that is going to toast up and kind of spiff up the inside of that biscuit so that it's going to be ready to receive the chicken a la queen. So that's our Land O'Lakes butter. I'm just going to, it's been softened. In fact, it's almost liquidy. So I'm going to get my little brush and I'm going to brush a little butter on those biscuits. And what that will do, it will allow some of the liquid from the chicken a la queen to go on the biscuit, but it's not going to make that biscuit soggy. Soggy biscuits are not good. So we're just brushing, and then I'm going to put a little bit of that butter on top of the other biscuits because I'm going to make breakfast biscuits with those. And that's why we're really not touching those that are in the pan tonight. And we'll have those for breakfast. Add some sausages, some egg, and I'm going to do the top, I'm going to do the bottoms. So they're going to stay very nicely. So when I'm ready to warm those up, I won't have to worry about the butter. I'll just be able to pop them into the oven for just a matter of minutes, let them get nice and warm. Now my oven has a what they call toasting setting, where you can put it in and put it on toasting. It goes for like 3 to 4 minutes and it toasts whatever it is. It works out perfectly because those biscuits come out fresh. So I'm putting those off to the side so they'll be ready. Now, so let's put our sliced biscuits into the oven. I'm going to put them on toasting, and you'll see when they come out that those little edges are going to be slightly brown, and we're going to be ready to go. So our chicken a la queen is about to get served. So let's get some dishes, and we need plates, and of course we're going to need forks. And because I've cut up the chicken, we really don't even have to have knives. So there we go, everything's nice and loose. So before I do that, I'm still waiting on the other biscuits to toast. I'm going to add those biscuits to a Ziploc bag and put them away so they're ready. So we've actually prepared for 2 meals rather than 1. That's always fun. If you're going to work hard, then you want to get a little bit out of it. So the good news is that I've got dinner and I've also got a portion of breakfast all ready to go. So those biscuits are in the bag. Woohoo! Breakfast is going to be delicious. So we'll just sit that off to the side. Now, so my chicken a la queen is hot and the oven is ready. We're going to take those biscuits out. You can kind of see the steam coming off of the chicken a la queen. There we go. See how toasty they are? Yum, 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 yum. So we're going to take 2, and in the case of the big guy, we're going to give him 3. So you can see that this is a kind of a thick dish. I added in some onions, the onions, the green peppers. At the end, I added in some olives, and to add to the mixture, and to add just a little taste of salt. And I think you're going to like it. So be sure to check out that recipe down below. So we're going to take a nice heaping spoonful. This is my plate. And actually, I think there's enough really to serve 4 in this dish of a really nice. Now, if you have little folks, then you can probably get away with 5. 2 adults, 3 kids, ready to go. So that's 1 plate. So I had to go get my fork so you could see. That is absolutely ready to go. We've got pimentos in there. We've got our olives in there. We've got some mushrooms in there. We've just added all kinds of goodies into that mixture, and I'm gonna have to give it a taste right here for you. It's so hot, I could blow that off before I put that in my mouth and burn my mouth. I don't want to do that. Yum, yum. I like that. It's a dinner fit for a queen. Chicken a la queen. So here we go. Everything's all ready. There's our chicken a la queen. Our plates are ready. They look marvelous. And our biscuits are ready for breakfast. Yummy.